Hi there, it's Shell, and today I just wanted to show you guys this little, it's kind of like a mechanism, kind of like a hidden tuck spot, and this is just an idea that my husband came up with, and we worked on it this morning and figured it out. So it's going to take a lot longer, quite a bit longer, than like a piece of ephemera would, but if you want to add something fun to your journal, junk journal, this is the way to go. So let me show you the book. I'm going to go ahead and put it in here, and what I'm going to do is just kind of choose a page to kind of work on, and I chose this page. And what you need first is 4 circles. These are probably, what, 3-inch circles? They're this big. So, okay, so I want this to be like right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these. So when you use the 4 circles, you want to go and cut all of them at the same time. That way, they're all the same shape. So let me do that, and I will be right back. Okay, so I went over there and cut my circles. So we don't really need these pieces, and I'm going to go ahead and move my book, and we're going to work on this. I am just going to use one of these just as like a ruler. So, and we'll kind of do this. First thing I'm going to do is just kind of eyeball where the middle is. And then I just wanted kind of a straight edge. So what I'm doing is just kind of seeing what I have left from this one and kind of making it about the same size on this one. It doesn't have to be perfect because, you know, they're all going to be individual kind of pieces. So that's what we're aiming for. And you're not going to see this anyways, so like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. And now I want this one to be pretty close to the same. So I'm going to put a little dot there, and then a dot. Hold on. Just going to slide it just a little bit to kind of measure up. This doesn't have to be 100% accurate because we're going to cut it down, but I kind of wanted something that I could, sorry, hope you guys saw that, that I could kind of have a starting point. Crooked, and then one on this side. But you know, once you get the hang of this, I've made like 4 today and just kind of playing and stuff, and once you get the hang of it, sorry, let me try to move you guys over this way a little bit so I stay in frame. Okay. It doesn't take that long. So now what I want is some, but I think this will be a fun addition to our junk journals if you want to put that kind of time in it. It is time consuming, but I think it's really fun. So what I did is I just took, and I'm using gray here just so you can see the difference, but it's just a strip of paper, probably about 1/4 inch. And again, I'm using my art glitter glue, and there is a link below for Amazon for this. So I'm just going to just put a really thin layer of glue here. You can use any kind of glue, you just want it to be kind of a nice thin layer. And I'm just going right on top of that line. And then again, I am going to kind of do the same thing on this one. And I don't really want to layer my pieces. I want them just a single layer so that there's not any additional bulk. This will be a totally hidden spot and you won't know it's there in your journal. So this is so fun, and I'll probably make a few of these up and just put them in my stash to use, you know, as I want them, like when I have time, because, you know, the actual foundation part doesn't take all that long to do. So, and that's going to be your most time consuming part. So let me see, I'm just trimming this off. And then I also want a piece right here going this way here and this way here. So I know it's kind of confusing until you kind of get the hang of it, but I think you guys will really like this if you're into like hidden, you know, tuck spots, things like that. We've been kind of working on some little hidden spots, and my husband, he saw something on Pinterest. Actually, I was looking at Pinterest, and he's like, oh, let's make that into a hidden spot. And so we kind of worked together this morning and came up with an idea. And today's Friday. I don't get up like at 3 o'clock in the morning. I try to post these the day early, so I mean a day later. I don't get up that early to post these. So when I say this morning, it's usually the day before, unless I'm on a roll and can knock them out earlier in the week. So let's do that. And that is our little spot. And when we put in our little tuck spots, our secret spots, they'll go here, here, and here. So I'm going to go ahead and flip this over because I want to do something to the back as well. And this side opens, your tuck spots will come out of this area, but when you flip it over, they'll come out of the straight area. So I just had to do a little bit of cosmetic work here, kinda, just so it works kind of the way I want it to. And I just kind of am using a thicker piece. It doesn't have to be perfect because you're not going to see this. Again, this is kind of the mechanic part of it. And I need a piece here. But, you know, I love secret tuck spots. They're my favorite. So if you guys go back and see some of my pages, I think I have 2 or 3 different secret spots already on my channel. So, and I will go ahead and just make a playlist. So if you're just looking for the secret spots, I'll just put like a secret tuck spots playlist, so you guys can just go to the playlist and kind of look around if you want to do that. Now I do want something here.
No, Cubby.
There's Cubby. You guys been looking for him? Cubby. Okay. So there's Cubby for those of you who needed a cat fix. He's kind of needing Mama right now, and I really wanted to go ahead and get this made. It is Friday afternoon, and we're waiting to see if we're getting more snow. Uh-oh. He might be getting sick too. Daddy's little cat is much better than he has been. He was really sick yesterday and he wouldn't really move or anything, and today he's talking and playing and stuff, so he's much better. So thank you for your good thoughts, your prayers. He's Daddy's little buddy. Okay, so now you're kind of thinking, what is she doing? So remember the piece that we did right here. I'm going to go ahead and cut that down so that it fits there. Well, my kind of my channel or my heel is kind of wide, so I'm just going to kind of eyeball this and just cut it straight down. So not on the line, just inside the line. And because I have this piece as well, I'm just going to kind of cut it like that because I want it to fit. And it's better to figure this out now instead of later when it's all put together. So, but see, that one fit almost perfectly. I don't know how I did that, but I'll take it. So I'm going to go ahead and trim this piece there, and then this other piece, let's go ahead and trim that the same. And again, I'm just coming inside the line and cutting, and then we're going to see if this one will line up as well. And I think as long as it's not peeking out, I'm going to go ahead and trim it just a little bit. It's not a perfect fit, but that doesn't bother me. I don't want anyone to know when I put this together that these are there. So, I don't know if you can see that, but it's kind of, you know, just inside right there. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut this piece as well. And these are going to slide out in the secret journaling spots. So I just have to trim this. And this is the easiest way I found to do this. So I think it's really fun to, you know, kind of add something special to your journals. Okay, so now we got this done. I have those three. I'm going to flip this over, and I need to do this one. That's why you went ahead and cut this piece. So I'm just going to kind of measure it and just cut it down. You know, this will be a nice place for anything you want, maybe your computer passwords, or, you know, a Christmas list, anything like that. I think would be fun to use these for. And I am making a journal that all of these will go in. So, and then I just want to make sure that it's going to fit. So when I slide it in, will it go in, you know, and be hidden. So I think that will work pretty nicely. It's a nice open fit. I mean, a nice snug fit. As long as I have it this way, I think it'll go nice. I'm going to trim this, bring this side in just a little bit. Okay, so now that we got those done, we can put it together and you guys can see what I'm really talking about. So, one thing you want to do is when you are you need one of these for the top. You don't need one for the bottom because that's going to go in. The bottom one will be glued directly to your page. So I'm going to just go in here and just lightly put some glue. And by lightly, I mean you don't want to glue these down into the little valley. So, you know, kind of hills and valleys. So you don't want any glue to kind of seep over. And, you know, you just really want it to stay where this little mountain is and not have any seepage. So I'm just going to do that, and then we're just going to line this up and glue this down. So that's easy enough for there. And then it's a little sandwich, and then these should go in there perfectly if I got the right side. Let me try this side. Oops, gotta turn it. But see, that'll fit. But in order to make these work, whoa, come back. So let me try this other one over here and just make sure it's the right one. before I put on my next little thing. I have to remember what I'm doing here. Okay, so that one fits both of them. Let me see what this one fits. If I can turn it the right way. There we go. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, and I'm just going to use gray for this, I'm going to cut down some little strips. And my thought is to just put like a little strip coming out, and I want to go ahead and put it all the way down because I don't want there to be any issues as far as when I am trying to put it back in. I don't want there to be any issues. But I think you really need something to kind of pull it out. So, like that. And yeah, that will give it away, but you know, I think it's kind of working to it so that it is still hitting, kind of hiding it. So let's do this one. Let's kind of do it around the same way. But you definitely need something to pull on. Okay. And then this one will go over here like that. So that's looking pretty good. And then we just need one for this. Let's use this little one since, oh wait, here's a bigger one. But I was thinking if I put it up too little like this, when you try to put it in, it might catch. So I think this would be a better way. That's why I'm going so far down. So let's see what kind of mess I can make here. I'm just kind of eyeballing where that would go. And putting that like that. So, are you with me? Is this too much trouble? I don't know. I think it's fun, and I really like, you know, like I said, you guys know, I like the hidden spots. So essentially, this is what we have. I'll bring this one down a little bit. So, on this side. So on this side, we haven't glued it down yet, and I want to make sure that I have my little piece going in there just right. And I'm going to use a little tab for this, so I'm just going to kind of measure and kind of put it right in the center. So I'm not going to measure. I don't measure very often. I'm just going to kind of just kind of check it out and make sure that it's going to be where I want it to be. There we go. And then when it goes in, it'll be kind of like that. So now we're going to go ahead and add it to our book. And right here. So what we're going to do is this bottom part, again, I am just going to make sure that I put a very thin layer of glue to this little piece. Just to the little mountain pieces. I'm sure there's something better to call them, but that's what I'm going to call them. And then I just want to butt this up against the end of the page. And then we're going to glue that down.
Cubby.
Sorry, the cat decided to use my leg as a scratching post.
No,
Oh no,
ribbon.
it's a ribbon.
Hey, cubby. Little stinker.
So I have a ribbon and he's trying to get it and chewing on it. Okay. So we're going to do that. And now that's glued down. This glue dries so fast. If you guys are not familiar with art glitter glue, it is, yeah. Well, see, if you look on the other page, there's nothing there, but this will slide right in to this little area right here, and be a more, you see how it's kind of sticking right there? I should have glued it better. There we go. So that is going to be a more obvious tuck spot. So what we did, and this, like I said, this is just a sample, but I had my husband cut out some hearts, and because I want to cover this stuff up, you know, I don't want it to, I mean, that's essentially, it's ready, so you can do whatever you want to do. So I thought about using a doily, and I think I'm going to do that. Let's just trim that down, like there and here. And I think I'm going to go ahead and run that on my paper trimmer so I get a really good straight cut. So I will be right back. Okay, so I went ahead and cut this down. I'm going to move that over just a little bit. And I'm just going to add some distress ink because that's what we do. You know, now I'm just kind of decorating, but I just wanted to kind of show this to you. I am doing one, you know, for another book. And what I'm doing on that one is I did all my cutouts with tan paper. So, cream. So I think that will go really nice. Okay, but I kind of wanted to show you guys how I would kind of decorate this and hide those spots, and then I would kind of glue this down like this. I'm just going to put some glue just around here. I think that's the easiest way to go with this doily. And then we will put this here and just kind of line it up. There we go. Probably what I would do in the future is go ahead and make these guys a little bit longer, just to show you those. But my husband cut out these really cute hearts, and I was thinking what I could do is like pull this out and maybe just kind of make right at the edge, put a little bit of glue, and say we're going to glue that down like that. And then when we go to put it back into our little spot, oops, I should wait until it dries, huh? Like this. Let me hold it for a minute. But when we go to put it back into our little area there, then maybe that would go over the top and kind of in, you know, and then you can just pull them out. So, but for this to work, I think I need that to be a little bit longer. So, since this is just for myself, I'm just going to make it a little bit longer. And then we'll pop that in, but I think this is such a fun little idea. You see it goes in like that. And then let's go ahead and put one of these just over. I'm just putting it in one little area, and I want it to be on my little pull tab, and so that'll be really easy for you to just grab this, pull it out, because you can grab the heart and just pull it out. You could use flowers, whatever you want it to do. So I hope you guys can see this okay. So let's see, this one needs to be a little bit longer as well. So let me see if I have any paper left. And let's see, do this. Just extend it a little bit. I'll know in the future that, you know, I need to keep them longer until I'm ready to decorate, and then I can do that. But since it's glued down so nicely, they just go right back in there. So it's a really nice little hidden spot. And then I'll just pop this here, and it'll just be like a little clip almost. And then I'll let those dry, and then I'll come back and I'll cut them down. And this one might be okay just like it is, because it's just barely peeking. So I just have to remember that part. See if I can get it attached. So I hope that works for you guys. It's a little bit bright on here, but I'm not sure. And then I'm just going to go ahead and trim around what I kind of want. And then we'll coffee dye for distress ink, and that will go like that. How cute. And we'll do the same thing with this, just trim it. Distress ink. And then, I can get my glue down in there. There we go. Trim this one a little bit. But see, then too, you have all this extra journaling spots, so you can journal on the front, you can journal on the back, and since it's secret journaling, no one's going to see what you have in there. Now this one, I did want to add like a little heart here. Let's just kind of do that little. I love hearts anyways, so I thought this would be kind of a cute way to dress it up. So if we do it like this, and if I had another heart right here, I would kind of like put one on the other side so it kind of grasps that. And that is how we made that. It really didn't take that long. I mean, we made it pretty much in real time, except I did have the circles and the doily prepared. And then we have a little tuck spot here, as well as a tuck spot here, one here, and one here. So you guys will have to let me know what you think. Hopefully you got pretty good, hopefully I explained it well enough so that you could make this as well. And, if I was going all out, I would decorate this so that it's, maybe with some music paper, some lace, something like that. And I just think it's such a fun idea. But yeah, let me know what you guys think, and if this would be something that you would be interested in making. And if you have any questions, then be sure and leave them below. Be sure and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I love talking to my subscribers, and I try to respond to each one of you. I know that may not last forever, but right now it works. And there we go. And you can't really tell. The only thing that's obvious is this right here, and that's fine. So if somebody's looking for your book or something, but they may not even notice that these are actual tuck spots. So thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. And we will see you in the next video. You guys have a wonderful day.